So the NFL draft is here, and for the Patriots, that means there are some huge decisions to make over these next few days. They did finally get a number 1 receiver in Stefon Diggs, and that was not the final piece to the puzzle. The Patriots still have to go out and draft another weapon, and probably 2 of them. And there is a guy from Penn State that goes by the name of Tyler Warren that I think has major upside and would fill a hole for the Patriots instantly. So I want to talk about him, I want to talk about the small percent chance of an AJ Brown trade, and just everything going on with the Patriots right now as we approach the biggest week of the year for this team. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you can drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. Alright, so last season the Patriots did solve the biggest question that every team in the NFL has, and that is, do you have a quarterback that you believe in under center for the future? Drake May definitely has shown enough upside to be confident in him, so now it's about building an offense around him, and that starts with the offensive line, and that is why at pick number 4, I think the choice is clear and obvious. You gotta take Will Campbell out of LSU. This guy is just a beast. He's 6'6", 319 pounds, and he runs a sub-5 40-yard dash. He plays with excellent balance because his weight distribution has always been top-notch, and he is easily by far the best offensive line prospect in the draft, despite being a little bit undersized in terms of like weight, but I don't think that matters too much because it's easy to gain weight. Well, I guess not when you're at that level, but just overall, you can always put on mass, especially with the chefs he's about to have access to. He is a 3-year starter and 2-time team captain inside LSU's pass-first, multiple run scheme with 31 career starts at left tackle. He is the first offensive lineman in school history to be named the team's top playmaker and awarded the number 7, which he wears as a patch on his jersey due to the inability for linemen to wear single digits, of course. And Campbell has a tall, sawed-off frame and sturdy build with very good athletic ability, and given that Hunter and Carter are pretty much guaranteed at this point to be selected 2nd and 3rd, the decision for New England is obvious. Now, there is a small chance that the Browns select Shedeur Sanders, or they trade their pick somehow to a team that wants a QB, and Abdul becomes available at 4. That would create an entirely new situation because you know the Eagles would be licking their chops to add to their defensive line, and all of a sudden AJ Brown would become available, but obviously the Patriots would need more than just AJ in return because top 5 picks are just so valuable these days in the current landscape of the NFL. But AJ Brown has already claimed that he loves New England, he has championship experience, and he's 27 years old, so he still has 2 to 3 years of good football left in him. It's definitely interesting. I am more leaning towards getting a rookie and having a talented player on a rookie deal over trading it for a vet, but like I said, this offseason is about building around Drake May, and he still desperately needs a number 2 receiver, so that's why this is an interesting talking point, but I still think there are options in the later rounds. I've seen a few people say they think the Patriots should draft Tyler Warren at 4, and although it could be a reach, I definitely see the logic because he would help Drake May. Jermaine Wiggins explained why he feels the team would be doing 22-year-old quarterback Drake May a disservice if they do indeed select Campbell. I don't think drafting a tackle is going to help Drake May, said Wiggy. It's more valuable to draft a positional player, especially with the 4th overall pick, or if you trade down to the 7th overall pick or whatever it is. If you're picking in the top 10, I think it's more valuable to draft a positional player that a rookie quarterback will get more help from than an offensive lineman. You look at last year, for example, offensive lineman Joe Alt went to the Chargers. One of the biggest issues that the Chargers had in 2024, they had an issue with their passing game. A couple years ago, the Arizona Cardinals took an offensive lineman in the top 10, and what did they do last year? They went on and got Marvin Harrison Jr. So as it stands right now, the conventional wisdom, based on reporting across the board and gambling odds, has quarterback Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, and then Abdul, of course, being selected in the top 3 of this year's draft, and Carter and Hunter have been considered the best players in this draft class by a wide margin of people throughout the spring, and Ward is seen as the top QB prospect in the class. So this means real high-end skill position talent will be available for the Patriots to choose from if they pivot down the road on Thursday. So if you're the New England Patriots and you're sitting there at number 4, you want to go Tyler Warren, Wiggins said. You look at what the Raiders were last year, nothing until they got Brock Bowers, a tight end from the University of Georgia, and he was just able to carry them throughout last season with bad quarterback play. He was one of the only reasons that they won the few games that they did. If you have the 4th overall pick, Will Campbell might be good, and I'm not saying he won't be good, but if you hit on Tyler Warren or even like Ashton Genty. And I know some people have even been talking about Ted McMillan. If you hit on one of those guys at number 4, Drake May will get a lot more from them than he would from hitting on Will Campbell. Warren was the consensus best tight end in the country in 2024, helping Penn State advance to the Orange Bowl against Notre Dame in the college football playoff, and they were one game away from playing for a national championship. In the quarterfinals and semifinals combined, Warren led all Nittany Lion pass catchers in receptions with 12, and receiving yards with 138, and receiving touchdowns with 2. He truly worked as the engine for that offense in the same way he had all season. Now let's get to the rest of the draft, because the draft, of course, does not end there. Actually, I would argue that the more important selections come in the later rounds, because every championship winning team always has a few guys that they got as gems in the later rounds of the draft who contribute to the team on super cheap deals, which allow for the team to have more of those other vets on bigger deals. So after the number 4 pick, one scenario I want to talk about for the Patriots is actually trading back into the first round at pick number 26 and drafting Emeka Egbuka from the Ohio State University. Obviously, this is a deal the Patriots would make to swing back into the first round to fill a massive need at wide receiver. To make the trade work, the Patriots would be sending number 38 overall, the 3rd round pick they received for Matthew Judon, and the 5th round pick they got in the Joe Milton trade to the Rams for number 26 overall and number 202 overall in the 6th round. Egbuka is a versatile wide receiver who's a coach's dream. He's a big 6'1", 201 pounds. He's smart, athletic, and productive. Obviously, he has that championship experience at Ohio State. He was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, and Egbuka put together 270 catch, 100,000-yard, 10-touchdown college seasons, despite sharing the field with Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jeremiah Smith. So he definitely will know how to come in and play the role of being the number 2 guy. He was a captain as a senior in college and could play outside or in the slot. He'd give Drake May a dependable weapon and Josh McDaniels a young wide receiver who will have no problem picking up a complex offense. Now moving on to round 3 at pick 69, let's talk about another LSU product, this time an edge rusher by the name of Braden Swinson. I'm going to predict that the Patriots grab Campbell's teammate early in the 3rd round. Swinson proved last season that he can disrupt the passer with 8.5 sacks and 59 pressures. The Patriots do need help getting after the passer on the edge. Swinson might not be ready for the early down role right away, but he could spell Landry or outside linebacker Anthony Jennings in a designated pass rusher role on 3rd down. Next up in the 4th round at pick 106, I like Dion Walker, a defensive tackle out of Kentucky. The Patriots need more depth on their defensive line with uncertainty around Barmore's availability. Walker is 6'7", 331 pounds, and was a game wrecker in 2023 with 7.5 sacks. He suffered a back injury in 2024, so that's why he wasn't as productive last season. Assuming the medicals check out, Walker still has a ton of upside. He just turned 21 years old, and he proved his maturity by being named a captain in 2023 and 2024 as a Wildcat. Next up at pick 144 in round 5, let's talk about a running back out of SMU named Rashad Smith. If McDaniels is looking for an undersized 3rd down back, Smith is a good choice. He's 5'10" and 194 pounds and hauled in over 1,000 receiving yards during his collegiate career. He ran a 4.39 40-yard dash, so he also could be an explosive option as a ball carrier behind Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson. So yeah, that's really all I just wanted to talk about in this video. Just a bunch of news. I know a lot of this stuff was hypotheticals, they probably won't happen, but let me know what you would like to see happen in the comments below. And if you made it to this point and enjoyed, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also let me know what you'd like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.